Coming up on Mountain News this morning, storms left damage all over the Commonwealth as cleaning crews begin the removal process.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 a.m. on Wednesday, April 3rd. Now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Two waves of severe weather as we pushed through yesterday. Mid-morning coming out of Louisville. And again, it was something we were catching on the radar. Remember Paducah, Bowling Green, toward Elizabethtown? And then Cameron and Jim all over it last night, tracking that supercell long-lived out of northern Tennessee out toward Letcher, Harlan, and Pike counties. Highest wind gusts, believe it or not, according to the Weather Service office here in Jackson, 51 at Moorhead. Harlan got to 41 last evening, 38 here in Hazard. And we'll see how things play out regarding additional storm reports coming in today. As the active pattern continues, the cold air is coming on in, and accumulations with two S words. Never a good thing in the first portion of April. All right, check it out. Cold fronts coming on down the pike and actually moving through right now. The cold air is actually coming down the pike, and the pinpoint Doppler radar still showing a few widely scattered showers. That's the system driving the cold air toward us, and you're not going to like the prospects of tomorrow morning. For today, breaks of sunshine becoming breezy, scattered rain showers, maybe a thunder shower, and a high at 53. Your first alert 7-day forecast coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
Thanks, Tim. Lawrence County officials say they were lucky to make it through yesterday's weather without any huge issues, reporting no injuries and little damage. Officials say the impacts of the weather are not over, and the heavy rainfall mixed with the fallen trees and branches have created more flooding concerns throughout the county. Flood-prone areas have seen higher water levels, and emergency management officials say the community should always remain vigilant and weather aware, keeping their eyes on the streets.
It's actually been fairly calm. We've had a few things, high wind, things that you would expect. We've had power lines down. The most important thing, we've had nobody hurt.
Officials say it is crucial to remain aware of your surroundings. Fallen trees can be an issue long after the storms have passed. People in Morgan County might be a little more nervous about severe weather after a deadly tornado in 2012 virtually destroyed West Liberty. Several people told us the storms yesterday reminded them of the weather on March 2nd, 2012. City and county officials say they are grateful the outcome was much different.
When you get the power, and what happened that day was the energy, and it's kind of similar today. Fortunately, we got cloud cover, but that day we had a lot of energy with the heat, and that just created those supercells that came in and hit us hard.
Gazay says that along with the 5 county shelters open to the public yesterday, many churches opened their doors as well. Students at the University of Kentucky experienced the intensity of yesterday's storm firsthand. Check out this video from someone who was on campus. You can see a person literally being blown over by the winds near Patterson Office Tower. UK eventually had to cancel in-person classes after 12:30 yesterday afternoon. Crews were working to tear down a building in downtown Mount Vernon that caught fire Tuesday afternoon. Officials say the building was abandoned and several crews worked to put it out. Some other buildings had water damage, but no injuries were reported, and officials are investigating the cause of the fire. While many deal with storm damage cleanup, the Better Business Bureau is warning residents to be aware of scammers. First, businesses must be licensed, and door-to-door salespeople likely need solicitation permits. Second, try to get 3 to 4 quotes from different contractors. Third, do not pay for the job in advance, and do not pay an individual, and make sure you pay a company. Paying with a credit card can also add some additional protection if there's a problem. And finally, it's best to get a written contract that outlines all the details of the services you'll pay for, along with liability insurance. Officials with the Hazard Fire Department are finishing up their fire hydrant testing. Firefighter Jacob Smith says the department does hydrant testing in the city twice a year. He says it lowers ISO ratings and aids community members with lower insurance costs, but it is important for the fire department to know which hydrants are working in the area in the event of an emergency.
We also are inspecting them and maintaining them as we're going on. So we've been clearing them out. If it's sunk in the ground, we'll dig them out and cut the grass around them if we have to, remove weeds. Last October, we just repainted all our hydrants. Each color of the hydrant has a meaning. It lets us know how much water is on that hydrant.
Smith says when they check hydrants in the city, it does increase the possibility of brown water. He says to always check the water before using it.
And a good Wednesday to you. Check it out. Cold front swinging on through, and basically it's on the approach into Charleston right now. Clintwood, UVA wise. You can see the blue colors behind me. Step out of the way. Yeah, it's 40-degree weather, but even colder this time tomorrow morning. The pinpoint Doppler radar. A few widely scattered showers as we get going on this Wednesday morning. We'll continue to see that theme this morning, and the shower action becoming more widespread as the upper level feature continues to slowly sink toward us and, yes, help to drive the cold air our way. So for today, you see the rain chances broken down heading through this morning. Yes, we'll see some breaks of sunshine. We'll also be picking up the breeze, and the best way to call today is scattered showers, perhaps a thunder shower with that forecast high up close to 53. How cold tomorrow. Chilly. First alert 7-day forecast, if you want to see it, coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
Thank you, Tim, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. When we return, the U.S. is working towards stricter measures for freight train safety to prevent derailments like we saw in East Palestine.